is a store issue. Trying to create multiple ones, but when I try to initialize a new one with some different, token amounts, get this escrow account already exists. It's because it's using escrow store PDA, and maybe this check if escrow store PDA. Basically, what's happened is that after I initialize, I really do need to wipe the escrow store. I need to reset it. Like every time we click this, it just needs to be reset. Like if this is successful. Otherwise, it's going to be holding on to the previous or like just old data. Same with like my custom program. Although in the custom program, I need to refetch and update it after each successful escrow because we want to increment correctly. But the escrow store, after we successfully create one, like this refetch and update and balance, like I guess like this is, I could use this for like validation, like make sure that everything aligns, but really I need to reset it. To do reset the escrow store so that multiple escrows can be created. So the problem is like, yeah, that's what's happening. We update, we still have escrow store. I'm not resetting it. So then when I try to initialize again, doesn't matter with like whatever, it's going to, what I'm passing in, when I initialize is well, that would work actually. Escrow PDA. Like this is just a local variable, so that actually would work. However, my check up top is checking the escrow store. So I'm gonna think about that. Because these are using locals, which is good. Yeah. So I definitely need to, that's the issue. That's what I gotta deal with. My hunch, like what's the purpose of the escrow store? The user store we have collecting like what the, the connected wallet is the user, is the kind of, and so that's what we're using for user store. And if they're initializing, then we have all that detail, all the data that we're keeping track of. But the escrow store, in the past, it was like, okay, let's display the details of the escrow. And we've accepted it. Or no, we've tested canceling it. That works. Haven't tested accepting it yet after these new changes. But I did try to do multiple, and that's definitely the issue is my escrow store is still there. And now I'm using the escrow store to display this kind of high level like summary. But what I need to do is eventually I want to list, just display escrows. And when the user clicks on it, it actually takes to a new route with the PDA as the unique route pointing to that escrow. And then when we go to the route, that would then update the escrow store. So yeah, I need to rethink that. Before I worry about this whole escrow store reset stuff, let's see if I can get, if I can go through and actually accept an escrow from the other side of the trade. So I think we've updated what we need. Let me, for the accept instruction. So let me go get my other wallet going. So yeah, so if I disconnect, I feel this may not work. Escrow. So now we have a new account. Shows that it's got one soul. Actually, I don't even know if that's right. May not be. May not be. But let me go in here, and if I just hit accept, what happens? Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, because normally what's cool about Solflare's wallet, even with local host, on the local host, it will actually show the tokens. So I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, like, I don't think anything happened there. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to start from scratch, go back to my Phantom wallet. We're going to reset all this. So I'm going to go here, reset. I'm going to go through and see if I can successfully get, accept the trade from the buyer side. Yeah. Now user store should get updated whenever I do that. I'm going to just hard refresh, select wallet, balance 0. Yeah, let's do this. So go through the same. We've seen this before. Creates the tokens, accept a couple of transactions. Yeah, got the 4 transactions right there, creating the 4 associated token accounts, and then we mint. And so this is like, okay, setup is done. Setup is done. We now have some tokens and supply. So if I disconnect and reconnect, it's going to do my fresh fetch of tokens. And I've got these 2 accounts. This one has no current balance and this one does. All right, so we're going to pay, let's just do 1.1 of that token, which is 8Y, and we're gonna exchange for this token, and let's go for, so the buyer also only has 3 of this token in their wallet, so I can't go like 200 or something like that, just because I only minted 3 tokens per, to each wallet. So here, let's go for 0.25, and we initialize, and this should work. And it's initialized. Yeah, looks good. 1.1 and 0.25. Those raw amounts should be correct. Obviously, this needs to get reset and stuff, but without doing anything, I'm gonna go over here, and now we should, at this point, I just like pull. After this, when I connect to Solflare and accept that, yeah, it goes through and it does a fresh fetch. None of this stuff updates because I'm not doing anything to update that correctly, but at least here I should be able to. Well, I don't know. In the past, this would work. Let's see. And it failed. Looks like it's going to fail. Yeah. That didn't work. What happens? Well, let's see. It accepts the user store in token amount, in token raw amount. Yeah, this is all not 100% accurate because the user this time around is actually the buyer. This is actually the buyer. So I go over here, see like the in token raw amount. That's still coming from the seller's point of view. The seller was wanting 0.25 of that token and was going to pay that. So that, yeah, these stores. Yeah, so accept is not working. Now, why is that though? I've already done some stuff. So escrow is null. Because what I want to do, I'm trying to like solve all this stuff right here, but I really want to. I think it's we're coming up on I want to be able to take each of these escrows and dump them in their own route component, because then when we hit the route, SvelteKit has a page store, so basically your path, and it can access the page data, so some of the params and stuff, like, the path. So I can, because it's the PDA that I'm going to have, I can use that PDA to fetch the correct escrow account and update that escrow store with the correct updated info. So right now, though, it's not updating. But I thought when I do accept the trade, if it's null, then that's returned. But we can see that it accepts. Yeah, so it made it to here. But that did not update it. It did not update it correctly. At least I don't think so. So, in token raw balance. Oh, yeah, this is null. Like, this never. And I think the problem here is that it's expecting the user store in token mint It's expecting the user store to have a value, but I think this is going to be messed up because I'm How do we do this? How do we do this in a way that makes sense? I'm setting values from the existing escrow store. Like the mint. Yeah, why is these? So like wallet address, I can't see it, but out token mint, there's a public key. Out token amount. Yeah. Let's type BN. You can see the 0.25. So like that's correct. Let's see, the in token mint public key, in token amount 4. That seems a little different. I'm not sure about that. Where's that coming from? In token amount coming from the escrow. Out amount. Yeah, so that should. The seller paid 1.1. Yeah. So the user store, the expected in token amount should be 1.1. Not sure why. Not sure why. Oh, I was looking at the wrong. Accept user. What's this? Maybe I should check this bottom one. This. In token amount here. Yeah, what is that? What is that? Should be 1. In token amount. Well, these are the UI amounts. Why are they? Oh, I think I know why, because I think I make these in amounts, not the raw amounts, but I think that obviously I'm turning them into BNs, because I need that to be the case when I initialize or create, create the escrow. No, that doesn't make sense. Doing it with the raw amounts. In mint. Making big numbers out of the raw amounts. So why didn't that? Yeah. I don't think these should be type BNs for just the standard amount. That should be the yeah, but this is old. This is the out token from the seller. Okay. I gotta figure this out. Man, I don't even know. This is just a problem of breaking this larger problem into smaller bits. I think part of the problem, part of the confusion for me is that I've got iterating on this code and adding stores and using stores that just don't that I'm not resetting correctly. I'm not, and part of me is wanting to just create the routes to help with initializing the correct escrow store and user store and all that. But again, this whole thing was like, let's try just consolidating the buyer store and my seller store into one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out.